I just posted that video in regards to us having our little dinner party out here on the screen porch and how much it meant for us to do something normal again. And then the word normal got me thinking about some of the sacrifices we've made to move in here and things we take for granted. We've lived in large houses, not always, but we've lived in a tiny house once before, but for a very short time. But we've had houses larger than 2,000 square feet, and we've always been able to entertain, have people over, and be able to do those things that you should do. Around the holidays, if you looked at some of our videos, you'll know that we really go crazy for the holidays. This whole room behind me here is nothing really but Christmas storage for all our decorations. And we have several Christmas trees. We have a big yard display. And we've always held Thanksgiving and Christmas at our house for our family. And this year we still did, but it was very interesting sitting in the living room together on a couch and two chairs from IKEA and having this table here just halfway folded out to hold the food. So when we were able to sit out here for dinner, it was really nice. But it got me thinking about the sacrifices that you have to make to live like this. There's things you don't think about. There are times you will really, and I'll be honest, you hate it. There are sometimes you really go, what did I get myself into? Why did I do this? Why did I decide to move into such a small place? It doesn't last very long, and you usually we've gotten over it. We really love our house, and we wouldn't leave for any reason. Um, but you really have to think about that. What do you need? I see so many times there's people they try to go minimalist, and I got a composting toilet, or I don't have anything. I got 4 plates. I'm so excited. You don't live like that. Now Jeremy and I are a couple. We've been together. January will be 10 years that we've actually lived together. We've known ourselves for a little bit longer than that. We've known each other for a little bit longer than that. And there's certain things we know we need. We don't share a room. We sleep in separate rooms. We have to have 2 bedrooms. We have to have separation. We needed a dishwasher and we needed a washer and dryer. And I'm saying needed because those are things we need to keep our sanity. Just because we're living small doesn't mean we want it to be, for lack of a better word, I don't know. I just consider it stupid to live without things that you will eventually need. It's not a long-term goal. I see some of these families moving into tiny houses and, oh, I got a 1 year old. That's great, but in a few years you're going to have to move. So why not get what you need from the beginning? Um, we cannot do the minimalist. It's just not us. And sorry if you are and you like it. You're not stupid. I just think the idea for us is really stupid. It would not work well for us. You have to just consider these things. There is a big mental strain to this. And from a relationship goal, you have no separation from the people you're with. Your pets are always right there underneath your feet. There's no separation. You're always together. We do have 2 bedrooms, which helps, but note our bedrooms. Jeremy's is 6.5 by 6.5, and mine's I think 7 by 8. It's not very large, so it's not like they're rooms you can go to and really do something, and you can go there and sit on your bed, and that's just not fun. Having outdoor space is key, um, but just really knowing what you want. Uh, there are things you cannot live without, no matter how hard you try. Maybe temporarily you can, but in the long term, at least for us, it's just not possible. Indoor plumbing, a yard, a dishwasher, air conditioning, um, cable TV we have. We really wanted to be in a place where we could still have some of these normal things. And that's why we found this home in a park. And although Kennedale's a small city, it is really close to Arlington, really close to Fort Worth. So we're really not out in the boondocks, although when you're here in Kennedale, you feel like it. I just really wanted to stress there are things you cannot um, fathom until you move into a smaller place. Our house is 483 square feet, which is big on a tiny house scale. Um, but it's still tiny. It's still, really small compared to what we're used to. And so think of what you really need to be successful for a long-term goal. For us, this is not some fling. This is not a fad. This was a house we decided to buy, and we intend to live in until we're dead, unless we finally get the money and maybe in several years, and I say several, 20 to 30 years. That's what I mean by several. Move to Arizona where the weather's a little bit more predictable, or even to Maine, although it's cold. But it's just something for long term, and you really just have to think about all the things that go into it. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask. Don't jump into this. Experiment. Rent an RV for a weekend. Um, Try to live in a motel room for a week and see how you do. If you really don't think you want all the luxuries of home, we had to have a stove. We had to have a regular, or we have a small refrigerator, but it's still, kind of basically apartment size. Certain things we just cannot live without. So just find out those things, and it will make living in a tiny space really enjoyable and a lot more plausible for most people. Well, thank you so much for your time. It was just on my mind, and I try to be really real and help with what it's really like living in a small place. All right. Thanks, y'all. Bye bye.